All right, what's going on, boys and girls? So this video is going to be a little controversial just by the title, as you can tell. I do not recommend Lutris. Now, so here's the thing. Before people jump down my throat for making, oh, Lutris is great, etc. Yes, I love Lutris. I use Lutris. It is a great project. It does a great many things. We have a lot more games on Linux because of it. However, there's just one small problem with it. The experience of using it. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, simple things. Let's talk the Blizzard's update or whatever the hell they're doing for WoW now. I don't fucking pay attention to Blizzard much anymore. It updates. Hey, look, you can't play WoW. What about if Epic updates? Hey, look, you can't play your Epic Game Store stuff anymore because of the install script needs to be updated to figure out what's broken. It's the user experience. So things like what I'm highlighting here is, Steam big picture mode and stuff. This to me is the preferred way to sell Linux gaming. You're not managing bottles. You're not managing all your prefixes, your wine prefixes, and all the other nonsense that goes with it. Legit, the quickest way to manage something is literally just go to systems and tell it to use a specific version of Proton. That's it. Nothing more. Like, before people complain that I'm emphasizing big picture mode here, this is gamer OS. This is meant as a console OS. That's how we should be selling it. We have to get out of this mentality of, oh, if we tinker enough with it, it will work. No, I love people who tinker. I tinker. But we shouldn't have that be the expectation. That's the difference. And we have this weird expectation that you have to tinker to get shit to work. And that's not what it should be. We should be looking for decent, good user experiences. Now, Lutris has come a long way with the searching from within app for install scripts and all the other stuff. It's great. It's come forever and a mile better than it was. But to me, it is still not a good new user or a PC gamer user experience. It is subpar. There's a difference between going in and let's pick a game, Dead Space, manage, and just adding a few launch options. It's different than going in and dropping, in Windows a DLL. That's about as far as where most people are comfortable going. Once we start getting past this, custom versions of Proton, then you start getting into wine tricks and Proton tricks and all the other nonsense to get stuff to work. And then you have to go in through the myriad of options that are available of what might be broken. It makes for a crap user experience. And for those that don't understand, I'm all about a good user experience. Now, Steam big picture mode is not the perfect, example of a good user experience. But for a console-fied version of Linux, specifically Arch, because that's what Gamer OS is based off from, it is fantastic because it knows what it wants to do and does it well. And the problem is we have updaters to different stores, Uplay, EA Play, or Origin, whatever the hell they're calling it. And anytime those updates can break a gaming service, why am I going to make that a recommendation to somebody to play games? If they like to tinker, cool, here you go. I'll still make the recommendation. But for our default experience to a new user, fuck and no, am I going to make that recommendation? Because that is a crap experience. I'm not saying the project is. I'm saying the user, the UX experience, the overall experience is not ideal. See, and this is where the problem with some of the Linux community comes in. They think UX means UI. No, that is a component of UX. UX is the overall encompassing experience. This is something even elementary OS, as much as I'm not the biggest fan of elementary and the use of it, I do understand what they're going for. They have a user experience they're going for. And that's what matters. So to me, the reason I don't recommend Lutris, and you'll never hear me talk about recommending Lutris to a brand new spanking Linux user, is because it doesn't have a good user experience. If you like to tinker, then here you go. I'll make that recommendation all day. If you're just looking to game, I'm not going to make that recommendation. So for those that have asked why I don't talk about Lutris, you've heard me drop it a few times here and there, and about how it has helped Linux gaming tremendously, and it has, as far as game availability, service availability, etc. But you also have to give with the caveats that it's not perfect. It's not one-to-one. You're still going to have, those update issues on Windows are not going to brick your install of, Uplay or whatever. They won't work, and you could wait weeks for an updated install script from somebody. And that's, to me, is the biggest problem, which makes for a poor user experience. Like it, love it. That's my take on it. So people who ask about Lutris and why I don't recommend it, this is why.